Welcome to the day stream. If you're streaming, if we're just meeting for the first time, welcome to the day stream. So today I'm just going to be analyzing the market against. I'll be analyzing the market for for this week, and basically I'm just going to be going over missed trades that I took. I'm going to start with gold. Now looking at gold, gold is overall in the higher time frame, it's bullish. In the higher time frame, it's bullish, but it seems like it needs to feel this imbalance before it goes up. It seems it needs to feel this imbalance before it goes up. So I will be putting my entry. This place is going to serve as an inducement, an engineered liquidity. This engineered liquidity. I'll be putting my next entry here. Once the market opens, I'll put my entry here. Where is this stuff? Here. 13.4 3314. I'll put my entry here and just 60 pips. 60 pips stop loss. 60 pips stop loss. The reason why I'm actually usually scared of using limits on gold is because of how volatile it is. And as someone that is trying to pass a prop firm, blah, 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 I am extremely limited on, I'm very, very limited on the amount of losses that I can incur in a day, 1,000. And if I want to trade gold, I like entering with one lot. But I think I'll have to reduce it to 0.5 because I am currently trading a 50K account with the hope of passing the challenge. So what I'm going to do when the market opens is to create this limit. Open a limit here. I'm going to open the limit because looking at this, you see that this price is actually respecting this breaker block right here. This breaker block here is serving as a point of support. But this week, it's going to break through it. This breaker block right here is serving as a point of support. This is the support level right now. I'm expecting it to break through it this week. It's going to touch this area and probably just shoot up. Hopefully just go up like that. I'm not good when it comes to holding trades for a very, very long time. I mean, it's not my strong suit. I don't like holding trades so much because I might not be able to sleep. It's funny, but that's just the truth. I might not be able to sleep at night because I tried holding a gold trade last 2 weeks and I regretted it. I actually regretted my decision. So we'll expect it to break this point of support. It's going to break it and tap into this POI right here, this breaker block. So tap into this breaker block before going up. It can either go up from here or come back to fill this zone. Yeah, so this is what I'm seeing currently. Gold. When I move over to NAS 100, NAS, okay. Let me take this to higher time frame. 200. Oh, okay. NAS actually broke this high and it's continued. This is like a break of structure, market structure shifts. And it's immediately continued to buy. So I'm expecting the price to actually come back to this zone. I'm expecting the price to come back. Price is going to come back to this zone. Price will eventually come back to this level. So there's going to be a sale. There's going to be a sale this week on NAS. My prediction is that there's going to be a sale on NAS this week. It's going to be a sale. When we look at this thing, this is a point of Kenya right here. This is liquidity. All this is liquidity. Engineered liquidity, inducement. All of this is still liquidity all through. Price is going to come down to this zone. It's going to come down to take all this liquidity before going back up. This right here is a break of structure to the upside. It's a break of structure. Expecting a change of character. There's going to be a change of character. Let me write it down. There's going to be a change of character. There's going to be a change of character this week. I'll be on the lookout for a change of character on NAS. Once it can take this low, if it didn't react from this zone, if it breaks through this zone, we'll be experiencing a change of character on NAS. So I'm expecting it to come down to this level right here. I just hope I'll be able to be profitable this week at least. So it's going to come down to this zone. It's going to come down to this zone. Expecting a change of character here in this area. If it can break through this area, if it can break through this level and continue selling, then this will be the next. This will be the target for NAS. Then for BTC. Oh, okay. It reacted from this zone. Said it was going to tap into this area before moving up. So it tapped into this other block. There's another block here. Let's go down to the 1 hour. There's another block right here. There is another block right here that it reacted to. There's an fair value gap here. This liquidity, this reaction came from this fair value gap. So the next thing price will come is going to take the fair value gap to tap into the POI. I think I met someone that actually, this is this perfect entry. Price would take out liquidity, take out liquidity, take out FVG, then enter POI. This is this perfect entry. Forgotten the name of the person I met on Twitter. But looking at this thing, price is still bullish. Price is still bullish. This is a perfect entry right here. I saw it yesterday, but I couldn't enter because markets have closed. I'm running a, what is this thing? Prop firm account challenge. I haven't passed yet. Hopefully I'll be able to pass in the future. But right now I've been feeling crazily. I've been seriously feeling. Okay, let's see this. I predicted that price would react from this zone, and it's actually reacting. If it breaks through this liquidity zone and it doesn't come back down to take the cane, if it can break this area, it can break this level. If it can break through this level, the next place will be this ATH. It will first react here to form head and shoulder, react a little, then break 8ish. If I'll be taking this order, this will be TP1, this area right here will be TP2, this one will be TP3. Still analysis. Okay, now going back to GBP pairs. When analyzing currency pairs, I've kind of discovered that it's often better to start your analysis from beginning, from the weekly time frame. So we'll move over to the weekly time frame to see exactly what is going on the weekly time frame. Now on the weekly time frame, let me reload this. Okay, let's start with GBP's card. On the weekly time frame right here, we see that price have been able to break this I think it was accumulating here. Price was accumulating here, and it's been able to create a break of structure in this area. It created a break of structure right here. Price created a break of structure here. That's on the weekly time frame. And before the break of structure, it basically took out this low. Accumulation, manipulation, expansion to the upside. It's going to expand to the upside. It took out this low in order to create momentum to move to the upside. On the weekly outlook, GBPCAD is a buy, basically bullish. It's giving bullish structure, accumulation, manipulation, expansion to the upside. It will first of all target this area. It's going to take this eye, then try to target this. And to take this eye, then try to target this. But it will first react from this zone. Price will react from this zone first. This is a very, very good sell zone right here. It's going to react from this zone as it's going up. Now, when we move down to the daily time frame, moving down to the daily time frame, you see that this is head and shoulder right here. Price has formed head and shoulder in this area. So it's going to sell a little. It's going to sell to this area before going back up. I'm actually expecting price to react from this zone. Price is going to react from this zone. It has already formed head and shoulder. It will react a little before maybe taking the up, because this is a perfect QMR. This is a perfect QMR right here. And this will serve as an inducement. Like this will serve as an inducement right here. Where is this stuff? This is the inducement in this area. So price will tap into this zone before selling. I'm expecting a sell, a little bit of retracement. Let me use the word retracement. Overall, GBP CAD is bullish. Now, when I go down to 4 hours, when I go down to 4 hour, when I go down to 4 hour, I saw that it actually took this liquidity, but it's yet to react from the zone. It hasn't reacted yet. This right here is a liquidity sweep. Liquidity sweep before moving up. This is a very, very tricky zone. This zone is a very, very, very tricky zone. Price might react from this area. It may first take this one up before selling. So take this liquidity. This is on the 4-hour time frame right here. This reaction is a reaction that is from the fair value gap. It has filled this imbalance right here. This imbalance have been filled. This imbalance have been filled. And then it took down this, it took away this. Oh. There's every probability that price will take this high this week. There's every probability that it's going to, this KMR will not hold. It's not going to hold because it has already swept this liquidity down here. This KMR will not hold. It's not going to hold. It's not going to hold. The next target after sweeping down will be the next high. It won't hold for long. I'm expecting a retracement after the sweep of this high, or at least double top. This thing no go hold. It's not gonna hold. Now going back to GBP, going back to GJ, basically GJ. Going back to GJ, GJ. This is an area of support right here. This is an area of support as well. And this is also an area of support, this upside. Now looking at the way price is reacting, there's every probability that it will react back from this area. It's coming down back. So I'm expecting price to break through this a little, then come down back into this zone. Because price still look like as if it's accumulating. Price is still accumulating. This is still accumulation. I'm expecting a sell. This week, I'm expecting a sell. Though looking at it, it looks bullish. But it's in a very very reactive zone in which price can either sell the buy. I'm expecting a sell this week. I'm expecting a sell from GJ this week. I was expecting a sell 2 weeks ago, though, and it took me out. After reacting, after taking this liquidity, it tapped into this zone. It tapped into this zone, then it went up to take that high. I entered using limits Instead of seeking confirmation before entering, I entered with limits. So price reacted from this fair value gap. It reacted from this fair value gap, then it took me out of the trade. I didn't break even. It took me out. Now price has actually taken this high. There's a sweep of liquidity in the high. It had little retracement back down. Then it went back up. It's yet to take this high. No liquidity sweep yet. But this does seem to be bearish. This looks bearish to me. This looks very, very bearish. This is the 4-hour time frame. Price may react from this zone. Price may react from this zone. Price might react from this zone. We have to wait for change of character before picking a sell. We have to wait for change of character before picking a sell. Looking at this structure is still bullish, but it's in a very, very tricky zone. This is the support level, a very strong support resistance level on the weekly time frame. So before we start selling, we have to wait for change of character. But this thing is still bullish. It's still bullish. It's still bullish. This thing is still bullish. It's still very, very bullish. It's still bullish. I picked an entry here. I picked an entry here 2 days ago. I mean, last week, I think. Last week and last 2 weeks. I was actually expecting a continuation of this sale, but it went back up. I thought this was a change of character. I was expecting it to continue to sell after refusing to. I was expecting a continuation downward, but it didn't continue. It took me out. And unfortunately, I didn't break even on time, and it took me out because price actually came down. It reacted from the zone, like I think 100 pips or so. It reacted from the zone like 100 pips before going back up. He took me out. And the funny part is that I didn't see this. I didn't see the liquidity. If I had seen the liquidity by the side, I would have just waited. Because all my experience have taught me that liquidity, you must look at the back, look at the side, look at the top, look at the bottom to ensure that liquidity isn't around an area if you want to counter trade. Let me go down to 1 hour. On the 1 hour time frame, it's still unclear. This movement is still unclear. This movement is very unclear. It's not clear. It's not clear at all. It's not clear. It's not clear. It's not clear. I have to wait for tomorrow morning to see what the market is revealing, what the market is saying. So I have to go back to the weekly time frame, then move on to GBP. Yeah, GBP NZ. This one is obviously bullish. Very, very, very bullish. This is very bullish. I mean, on the weekly time frame, it's extremely bullish, clearly bullish. We go over to from weekly to the daily time frame, and we see that this is actually bullish as well. This is clearly bullish. This is clearly bullish. But price have been okay. It has actually broke. It broke it. It broke through it. This week. It's been accumulated. If it accumulates and manipulates upward, then I'm expecting a sell as an expansion. There's going to be a sell as an expansion. If this is what the daily is given, there will be a sell as an expansion. The sell will either come after a sweep of liquidity to the upside, or it's going to come after tapping into a zone. This is has been accumulating for a very, very long time. Now this is manipulation. Buying is manipulation right here. Let me see if there is any clear entry. There's no clear entry. There is no clear entry. Okay? Okay, there's one right here. This is the area of resistance that I've currently turned to support. So I'm actually expecting price to create engineered liquidity, then tap into this zone before buy. If it's going to buy, it will come back to this area. It will come back to this area to touch this zone, then go up. It's going to come back to the area to touch that zone. So if I want to enter, the clear entry that I'm seeing is to pick my entry from this resistance turn support area, enter and then target the liquidity. Then target this liquidity before selling. But if there's anything I've observed about this GBP pairs, is that most of them they move in a uniform manner. I mean, if one is buying, if you check like 2 to 3, they will also be bullish. If you check like 2 to 3, they will also be bullish. I'm expecting double top. It's gonna take this eye before we see okay. It's gonna take this eye. And to take this eye right here. I'm actually predicting that it will take this eye. And if someone wants to enter, the best entry will be from this zone. The best entry will be from this zone. You wait for it to tap into this zone, then you target this area. You target that area. That's like 80 pips. One of the reasons I hate trading this high time frame is the fact that it needs usually very, very much. The stop loss is too much. The stop loss is quite high. That's why it's too much, Jerry. Stop loss is much. I don't know if I'll be able to enter this trade. I don't have the financial capacity to take this trade. Let me see if I go back down to 2 hours. If there's anything that I'll see. It's still the same thing. I don't think I have the financial capacity to take this trade. Because this SL is 80 pips. 80 pips. This SL is 80 pips. I don't think I have the financial capacity to take this trade. This SL is 80 pips. Let me go to 1 hour. This also is 80 pips. This also is 80 pips. If I bring it closer to this point, to this price point, it reduces it to about 70 pips. It's too much, man. Let me see if I go down to 30 minutes. I'll see something. Still too much. I don't think I'll be able to take this trade though. I can't take this trade. I will not be able to take this trade. I will not be able to take this trade. I won't be able to take this trade. Without confirmation. I won't be able to take this trade without confirmation because no, this SL is too much. But that's the safest point. That's the safest point. That's the safest point of entry. Now going back to weekly time frame right here, that's the safest point. This pair is bullish. It's just getting where to enter from. GBPCHD, GBPCH, GBPCHF. The last time I analyzed this pair, it was bearish. It came into the zone I was expecting it to come into, and it changed character to the upside. I mean, I made a lot of losses trading this pair. Yeah, this was a pair right here. Okay, this is it. Now the price actually reacted from this breakout block right here. Let me drag it on the daily time frame. It reacted from the zone on the daily time frame, and I was expecting a reaction from this zone to take this low. To take this low, I was expecting it to come and take this low, and then continue to the upside. But there seems to be a resistance in that area. As you can see, there's resistance there. It sold for a while, then it's going back up. It sold for a while, then it's going back up. If the price will continue to be bearish on this pair, the next, the target would be this high. This is going to be the target, this area. If it can break this, if it can break through this price point, it's going to come back to retest it before moving up. I just need to look for where to enter. I need to look for where to enter. I need to look for where to enter. Oh, I need to look for where to enter. If price did not continue to sell, if there is going to be a liquidity sweep, so it's going to take this high and it continues to go up. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was actually expecting a sell from that zone. It sold for a while, then it went back up. I'm expecting price to take this high. Price is going to take this high. I'm expecting price to take this high to the upside. When it take the high, it's going to come back to retest this zone right here before going up. I'm expecting price to do something like this, sweep this high, come like this, then move if it wants to go up. Now I'm going to go down to 2 hours. No, I'm going to go down to 1 hour. I'm going to go down to 1 hour. This is 1 hour, yeah. Okay, price reacted from this zone, liquidity sweep. I mean, I can't call this inducement. This looks like an engineered liquidity. It took out this engineered liquidity right here to tap into this zone. This one is unclear. Overall, it's looking very bullish, but this is a very, very sensitive spot in which price can just change his mind or her mind and calm down or continue buying. It's a very sensitive zone. Price is going to take this high first before we know the direction it's going towards. It's going to take that high. It's going to take that high. And probably sell to this zone before it continues going up. It will take this high right here, probably sell to this zone before it continues going up. That's if it's choosing to react from this zone. But it's unclear. How to enter this is very, very unclear. It's unclear to me how to enter this. This one is not clear. This one is not clear. It's not clear. It's not clear. It's not clear at all. Entry not clear. It's not clear. I'm expecting price to actually take this low. I'm expecting price to take this. I was expecting price to take this low before this move to the upside, but it didn't sweep it. It didn't sweep that liquidity. It didn't sweep the liquidity before it changed character to the upside. I entered from this zone because I actually predicted a sell, but it sold for a while, then it reversed immediately. I think there was a news got released and it immediately just changed character. That was how I lost money. Now this zone is a very, very sensitive zone. This area is a very, very sensitive area. Whatever happens here will determine how this week will be. Whatever happens in this area will determine how this week will be for me. Then we go to GU. I was in this trade, but I didn't hold. I didn't hold it. I didn't hold on to the end because I just couldn't stomach it. And if I had held, that would have been 1 to 11 hour. But I didn't have the stomach for it. I don't have the balls yet to hold trade for a long time. I'm still growing my balls. I don't have the balls yet to hold trade for a long time. I'm still learning to hold trade for a very, very long time. Moving on to the higher time frame, GBP USD is still bullish. It's been bullish for a very long time. It's still bullish. It's still very, very bullish. It's bullish. You see, it's sold, went up back, reacted from that zone, like that zone, and it started selling back to sweep this. Then we have a break of structure to the upside. GU is still bullish. GU is bullish. I'm expecting it to tap into the zone before we even think of selling. I'm expecting it to tap into that zone before we sell. I'm expecting it to tap into that zone before we sell. But it's going to take a while. It'll take a while for it to happen. Now moving to GBP AUD. GBP AUD. This pair was very, very confusing to me. I think 2 weeks ago, even last week as well. It was accumulated on lower time frame. Now I'm expecting it to actually tap into this zone, then sell. If you look at the structure of GA, the structure of GA is almost similar. The structure of GA is almost similar to, I think it was GPPCAD. And that one was the same structure. Okay, it's this one. That's almost the same structure as GJ. It's accumulating. I'm expecting a manipulation phase before expansion. So if I'll be entering this trade, I'm just going to target this area of resistance right here. I will target the area of resistance if I'll be taking this trade. But then entry has to be clear. Entry has to be extremely clear. There's an entry here on Wednesday. Entry has to be clear. Okay, now this has created engineered liquidity right here. And if price decided to come back down a little, price is reacting from this zone, this liquidity zone. If price decides to like come back down a little, let me go to the lower time frame. If price decides to come back down a little, I mean there is liquidity here, there's liquidity here, there's liquidity here as well, and there's liquidity here. I'm going to pick entry from this area. If I'm to enter this trade, I'm going to pick my entry from here. I'm going to pick my entry from here. From this point of interest. I'll pick my entry from this point of interest if I'm to enter this trade. I'll pick my entry from this point of interest right here. And the reason why I'm choosing to pick my entry from this point of interest was because I took a trade last week on EU and I entered from one of these sub liquidity zones within, and it took me out. It took me out and tapped into the breaker block before it continued in the upward direction. And at the time, I opened like 3 positions because I was intending to pass the challenge with it. Even though it eventually bought, it eventually went up, but it took me out. It took me out before going up. So I'm going to use this area as inducement, all this area right here as inducement. If I'll be entering a buy on this. This is the breaker block. This breaker block here has been mitigated. There is another breaker block here beside an FVG. I don't know if it's going to be an high probability one, but I know that this fair value gap here has been mitigated. This one here too is almost non-existent, but this fair value gap here is still in existence, and it's beside a breaker block, on an unmitigated breaker block. This one here have been mitigated. Have been mitigation block, then this is a breaker block, enter the mitigation block. So it's either I take a trade from here or I take one from this fair value gap right here. And the reason why I will consider taking this is because there is kidney beside it, the form of liquidity beside it. The loss I made last week paying me. It paid me die. It hurt. It hurt. It was very, very painful to make that kind of loss. I'm still battling with entry. I'm still battling with entry. It's still a battle for me. It reacted from the zone, went up. It went up. I'm still battling with entry. I am still battling with entry. This like that. So I'm expecting like small retracement. Small retracement before it goes back up. Let me see if there's any chance for QMR. There's no opportunity for QMR here. There's no opportunity for QMR. This is the target. This area right here is the target. Okay. No, we can't use this as QMR. This is inducement right here. This is the QMR here that has played out already. This is a QMR right here that has played out. Sweep, break of structure, then inducement, they tap into the induced zone up, then it sold. This is QMR here that played out. When did it even play out? July. It played out July. Played out July. Played out July. So I'm expecting a retracement this year, a little retracement this week before it takes this thing out. It's gonna take out this eye. It's gonna take out the eye. Break of structure. There's gonna be a little break of structure to the upside. Now moving on to this. My entry was here. The mistake I made was that I didn't set limits. Whenever I didn't set limits like that, the stuff will move in a very sensible way. But if I set limit and I'm not watching it, that is when rubbish is to happen. So I actually wanted to take this trade, but I didn't set limits. And it tapped into the zone and came down. It was a very, very painful stuff. It tapped into the zone and it came down. It tapped into this area and it came down. It is currently now it reacted from this other area of Kidney. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is how sometimes you look at trades and be like, oh, I know. But the thing about trading that I've learned is that you can't completely predict. You cannot completely predict how or where the market is going to. You can't predict it. The market just moves. Though you can, in a way, look at liquidity and then be like, okay, it's going to react from this zone because of liquidity. People will put either stop loss or take profit in that area. But there are times that it takes more than just liquidity to know where the market is going to. It takes more than just liquidity to know the flow of the market. It takes more than just liquidity to do that. It takes some things like fair value gap. It reacts from this area. Sometimes we have mitigation block. Sometimes we have other block where it's going to react from. That's why most of the experienced traders would encourage someone to study, and it's true. Whenever I study like this, I usually see some things, especially if I take trades and at the end of the day, I fail at it. If I look at the market, I would see the mistake that I made. I'm going to say the mistake that I made clearly, like this is a mistake and stuff like that. It's just that there was a time that I was keeping journal on this, but the reason why I decided to stop keeping journal is because my journal, I'm not the only one that reads journal. Journal is a private something. All the whole world read my journal. And I just have to stop keeping journals. Though it's not helpful. If I want to keep a journal right now, I'm not going to keep a digital journal. It has to be a journal that I write with my hand. I'm no longer going to be keeping a digital journal because a journal should be something that is private, that is personal. But when you're keeping journal and all the whole world is reading it, it's no longer, it has destroyed the purpose it's used. That's why I just decided to stop keeping digital journals. But I'm sure if I monitor most of my losses, I should be able to get good at this thing. Because when I woke up on Monday, UJ was the stuff of my mind. I just got discouraged because I made a loss in this area right here. I sold early. I sold too early and it took me out. It took me out. I sold too early and it took me out. So when it took me out, I was like expecting a reaction from the zone that for it to continue buying. But then it didn't buy. It continued selling. And I just couldn't enter the market because I already missed my entry. Um I missed my entry and I couldn't enter the market. So looking at UJ right now, let me go to the weekly time frame to see how far. Here. Okay. Oh, UJ will be bullish this week. UJ will be bullish this week. It's going to react from this zone to push up. UJ is going to be bullish this week. I'm expecting a bullish UJ. UJ will be bullish this week. It's going to use this zone as it's going to use this zone as inducement. It's going to be bullish. So I'm expecting a retracement to take out this liquidity. A retracement that will take this liquidity out, and it's going to tap into this zone. It's to tap into this. It's to take out this liquidity, take out this fair value gap, and tap into this other block. It's going to tap into this other block before going up because this is the overall target. This is going to be, that will be the overall target for UJ is to enter this other block to continue buying. It's gonna enter the other block to continue buying. Okay. I'm trying to see if there is a QMR right here somewhere. I'm trying to see if there is a QMR somewhere. There is no QMR. There's actually no QMR. I'm trying to see if there's a QMR somewhere. There is no QMR here. There is no QMR here. And I've left Twitter. There's no QMR here. There's no QMR. There is no QMR. I mean, this right here is a little bit of a break structure to the upside. We had retracement to this liquidity inducement zone, double bottom. It went to this area, this area of support, and then it just went up. And when it moved up, it actually didn't take this high. So I'm expecting it to go back to take the high. It will go back to take the high. Eventually, it's going to go back to take the high. It will either form a double bottom before moving up, or it will come to this area right here, tap into this zone before moving up. So on UJ, it is basically sell to buy. UJ is a sell to buy kind of stuff. Sell to buy. That is UJ. I actually saw this. I didn't take this trade. I didn't take this trade. I initially set Kini for it, limit for this trade, but I didn't take it. I cancelled it because of the EU trade. that I entered. I had a missed entry on this trade. I had a missed entry on this trade. And it paid me. Because I made a loss on this trade, I had to cancel all the limits. All the limit that I set last week. I cancelled everything. I cancelled all the limits that I set last week. Because of the loss that I incurred on EU. I cancelled everything. NJ and UJ moves almost similarly. Like they move in the same way. NJ and UJ moves in the same way. The reason why I don't like trading, in fact, and CJ sometimes, the reason why I don't like trading CJ is because I think it's because of I don't know the volatility. I guess it's quite volatile. So I've been avoiding it for nothing. There are some pairs that are not as volatile as some other pairs. The reason why I decided to stick with GBP pairs is because of how volatile they are. I guess I have to add JPY pairs to it. It's quite volatile. I think I love volatility. I mean, even though there are sometimes that gold will show me peppy, but I still prefer a pair that is volatile, a pair that would move in a certain direction, like a pair that has a lot of eyes on it. If you want to make your losses, you make your losses on time. If you want to make your gains, you make your gains on time. Looking for QMR. This is QMR right here. I'm looking at QMR in this area. Right here. This right here is QMR. This right here is QMR. But I don't know if price will still come down to that level. This right here is QMR. This is QMR. This is a protected low. Right here. This is the sweep. This is your inducement in this area. And this is inducement. This right here is engineered liquidity. This is inducement in this side. This is a protected low. This is a protected low. Let me see. Let me see. This is a protected low. This is QML clearly in this area right here. But I doubt if it's going to come back to this zone. It's not going to come back to that zone. It's not going to come back to the zone. It's not going to come back to the zone. I'm expecting price to react from this zone if it wants to continue buying. Price will react from this zone if it wants to continue buying. It will react from that zone and tap into this area. Price will react from this zone. It's gonna form a double bottom in this area, then break it to tap into the closest POI. This area have been mitigated. This area have experienced mitigation. This is engineered liquidity. This liquidity has been engineered right there. Engineered liquidity here too. And this area is a fair value gap. It's starting to react from this zone. Price is going to react from this zone to form double bottom. Because this is an engineered liquidity right here. very close to another. This is inducement. Maybe by E. This is inducement right here. If price can come back down, if price did not continue to move up from this zone, because this right here is an order block, if it reacts from this order block and didn't take this high, we are coming down. If price did not react completely from this zone and take this high, we are coming down. Because if it tap into that zone, it's supposed to go and break kini and take an high or break structure to the upside. If it keeps coming back, dancing into this POI, if it keeps dancing inside POI, then this thing will come back. We're coming down to tap to take a low before we move high. If it clearly entered this other block, takes this engineered liquidity in this area, and it didn't go up, this is the downward spiral. The market is bearish. The market is bearish because this is clearly a change of character. This is clearly a change of character. It swept that high and immediately changed character. Swept this high in this area here, and it changed character instantly. We're seeing a series of sweeping liquidity without take. Jesus, this is bearish. This is enough. This is enough done bearish. This is enough done bearish. At least temporarily. I'm expecting it to react from this zone. I'm expecting a reaction from this particular zone. I'm expecting a reaction from that zone. That's like 400 pips. 400 pips stop loss. I'm expecting a reaction from this zone. Okay. Now this is very, very good QMR. This is a very good QMR right here on the weekly time frame. This is a very good QMR on the weekly time frame. Very good QMR on the weekly time frame. Now, this is a very good one on the weekly time frame. Moving on to daily, see that it's actually a valid stuff. This thing is still valid, but I don't know if I have the patience for it. This is bearish. This move is bearish. NJ is bearish. NJ is bearish. This is a very, very bearish move. If I want to enter now, my entry would be to sell. My entry would be to sell. This right, my entry will be to sell. Let me move down to see if there's a place I can enter from. My entry will be to sell. If I'm to take this trade, it's going to be to sell. If I take this as my inducement or engineered liquidity, this area, if I take it as inducement or engineered liquidity, the next POI is this area right here. The next POI is this area. How about the next POI? It's going to be a sell. It's going to be a sell, 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 sell. Because this is clearly a change of character. It took these two lows. In fact, three lows. It took three lows. This is going to be a sell. This is going to be a sell. It's 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 going to, the next target is this low. The next target right here is this low. This is the next target. Once it takes this low, it's going to go up. There's going to be a retracement upward, a little. There's going to be a little retracement upward before we continue selling. But we are taking this low. This low will be taken. It will be taken out. It will be swept away. So basically, I'm not even seeing any place I can enter for the week. I'm not seeing anywhere I can enter for the week. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, this one, I'll be expecting a sell. I'll be looking for a sell here. This NZEUR stuff. I'll be looking for a sell in this area. I'm looking for a sell here. A valid sell. This is like QMR, a protected eye. This is inducement right here. This is inducement. It's going to enter into the zone. This is a protected eye. This is QMR. This is QMR. This is QMR. I'm expecting a sell for this. I can enter this one. I can enter this trade. I can enter it at a psychological level. We are at 1.87500. I can enter this trade at 1.9800. I can enter it from this area, like this psychological level. And then we sell. I mean, if I perish, I perish. That would be like 100, 200 pips stop loss. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh god. This is a very, very good place to sell. A very good place to sell. It's a very good place to sell. SQMR, yeah. Euro NZ. 1.98010. It's gonna be the entry point for a sell. It's gonna be an entry point for a sell. It's gonna be an entry point. The psychological level is that, and just sell down. If I open three position on this now, I'm just going to pass. I'll pass my challenge. I'm gonna pass my challenge. And the funny part is that I'm in groups, so I'm in groups in which the group person drops this stuff. Well, it's just that I'm in a group in which they always drop their trades, but I'm not usually online when they drop the trade. That's the problem. I usually see the trades very, very late. I see the trades extremely late. I'm not usually online whenever they drop their trade. That's the problem that I have. So it's not like as if I cannot leech off some professionals, but I'm usually offline whenever they send their trade. And that's a problem. Now, let me see if there is a last one that I can analyze. I think I analyzed USDCHF. I analyzed USDCHF. It took me out. It took me out. The trade took me out. It took me out of the trade. I tapped into this zone and it just began to buy. It took me out. It took me out. I'm still trying to figure some things out because some of these things can be really frustrating. Some of these things can be really frustrating. So it took me out and it just went up. It took me out and it went up, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my goodness. This will be the next target area right here. I entered from this area. I mean, I entered from this area right here. And yeah, I entered from the first area. And I kind of increased the, what is this thing called? My SL to ensure that it covers. I mean, this is the 300 pip SL for goodness sake. It's out of character for me to extend myself to 300 pips. Very, very out of character. But I did. And I lost. Oh my god. It was actually funny when I saw it, but Jesus Christ. It was funny and frustrating at the same time. But now looking at the trade, I can actually understand why I was taken out. I can actually understand why I was taken out. Because this is liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. And the next POI, the closest POI to all of this liquidity is this other block right here. So entering from that zone wasn't a wise move at all. This would have been a perfect place to enter. And if I had entered like 5 lots on this 50 pips, 5 lots, that would be 500, 500, 500, 500, 500. That would be 2,500. That would be 2,500. At least I'll be halfway close to passing the challenge. Now let me look at this. I haven't USD EU, USD EUR, USD EUR. This is bullish. It reacted from this zone. It reacted from this zone right here, this breaker block, but it didn't take this eye, or it haven't taken this eye yet. Let me go back. Let me go back in time. So on the weekly time frame, looking at this is a sweep break of structure, sweep of liquidity, then this is change of character. This is change of character right here. We're formerly bullish, then it accumulated for a while, it manipulated upward, then it's spread down, giving us a change of character on the weekly time frame. Then we move from weekly time frame to the daily time frame right here. Let me see where it reacted from. You see, this is a QMR. This right here is QMR. Head and shoulder. See what it did in this area. Clean QMR. This served as a protected low right here. This is the inducement, even by Yi. Then it entered the zone, formed equal head and shoulder to this area, and immediately it took off. It took off, it broke the resistance. It broke the resistance in this place to create a break of structure to the upside. Then it reacted from this breaker block area. This is a breaker block or mitigation block that is closer to the liquidity. It reacted from this area, broke BOS to the upside, so manipulate, then it spread downward. So currently we are in a sell trend. The market is bearish, but I need to see where we are coming to. Where we are coming to. At least I know that it will reach this area. It's going to reach this area. Eventually it will come here. Let's start with this now. The surest liquidity. So this is a change of character. Now I will be looking for a sell. I'll be looking for a sell. Go back down to 4 hours to see if there is any place that I can use to enter. Yeah, this thing is slow. Imagine it has not even taken this down liquidity. So for the whole of August, this is the only way this stuff can move. This pair is a very, very slow pair. I mean, this is a clear, clear, this is clear, clear it off. See, small clear. It came back here. You couldn't take this low. It went up. It created inducement. This is an inducement right here. And it's been coming down for years, like kilo day. This is an inducement right here. And certainly to come in, to tap into that zone, tap into this zone. But we are still bullish. I mean, we're still bearish. Gosh, we're still bearish. This is still bearish. It's going to tap into this other block. It will buy for a little while before it's going to continue selling. So tap into this zone. Tap into this zone under. Then buy for a little bit of a retracement before we continue to take this place down, to take it out. It's gonna take that area out. USD CAD. This is looking bullish. It's looking like there's a change of character. A change of character have happened. USD CAD have experienced a change of character. USD CAD have experienced a change of character. It reacted from this zone here. The what is it? Is it breaker block or mitigation block? This area. It didn't take this low. It kept going up, creating higher highs. It kept creating higher highs. I think we're bullish. I'll be looking for a buy to this area. I'll be looking for a buy to this area right here. I'll be looking for a buy to this area to take this area out. I'll be looking for a buy to take that area out. So if I go down to 2 hours, if I go down to 2 hours, what am I seeing? Let me go down to 1 hour to see if something is clear. I mean, it took this to tap into this other block, then it went up. So if it wants to come down, it's going to take all this liquidity right here. If it comes down, it will take all of this liquidity. It's going to take all this liquidity to tap into this area, into this zone. To keep buying to the upside. To keep buying to the upside. This would be nice. This is also great. When it broke structure, this is inducement. This area here is inducement. It can also react from here. It can also react. Can also come back to tap into that zone and react as well. Can also come back to tap into that zone and react. So I think this should be manageable. Long position. I'm just going to target the nearest eye. And put it under. This is like 140 pips. 140 pips stop loss. 140 pips stop loss. Manageable. Manageable. Okay. This is very, very good. And this is 1 to 7 hour. I mean 1 to 6.7. This is 1 to 7 or this is 1 to 7 right here. This is 1 to 7. The SL is 140. 140. 140. Let's just say the SL is 200. Let's say the SL is 200. Let me put red button on this one. Remove the red on this. I'm gonna remove. Okay. Oh, this one took me out. Why did it take me out? Okay, the change of character didn't hold. On the higher time frame, this thing was buying, but then change of character happened here. It took down more than two. It took more than two lows. And normally the reaction would be a test of this zone, then a continuation to the downside. But what it did basically was to um, do this, what is this thing, CISD. It went to tap into that zone. It sold for a while, then it just broke to the upside. And it's news. This imbalance was actually caused by a news release. The imbalance was caused by a news release. Let me go to the weekly time frame to see if there is something in it for me. Hmm. 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 Okay. Look at this. Double bottom in this area, and we have multiple touch in this side. This is the support. So the price is actually looking to break the support, and once it breaks the support, it's going to come back to test before moving up. Now the question is, where are we aiming for? Like, where are we targeting? Because if you look at the price has been accumulating for a while. This is accumulation, consistent accumulation. And if it accumulates like this for a while, we are expecting manipulation, then expansion to the downside. There's going to be manipulation, then expansion to the downside. There's going to be manipulation. This is a resistance, this is support. It's been accumulating for a very, very long time. But I don't know if it's going to break that. I'm expecting a sell soon from this area. I'm expecting a sell very, very soon from this area. Price will take this. It's going to take this eye. Price will take this eye. Where's that line? I'm expecting price to take this eye. I'm expecting price to take this eye. Then we are going to have a retest of this zone. If this price in this zone isn't strong enough, we're going to have a downward sell. But if price is strong, it's going to serve as a rebound. It will bounce on it, then we will continue to go up. But I doubt if price will continue to go up. I doubt. If we can break this zone right here, we're going to break this zone as well. If we can break this zone, we'll break that other zone too. So I'm looking at a buy on Euro card. This is going to be a buy. So we move down to 4 hours. Move down to 4 hours to see what's going on. moving out to 4 hours to see what is going on with price. This thing is not clear. This thing isn't clear. This thing is not clear. It's not clear. It's not clear. Okay, price reacted from this area to continue buying to the upside. That is after accumulating for a very, very long time. To break this eye, it broke this eye, it came back to react CISD, change in state of delivery. It went up, came back down a little bit to take out liquidity before it continued to like sweep that eye. Entry for this isn't clear. Entry for this isn't clear. The only idea I have for entry in this price place is for it to continue to buy, then come back to test this zone, serving as a state change in state of delivery. Serving as a continuation, change in state of delivery, come back to test this zone before moving up. That's the only entry idea I have for this pair. That's the only entry idea I have for this pair. And the change of delivery, this change in state of delivery again, is not sure that the price is going to hold in that area because we might actually experience change of character this week. We might experience a change of character this week. You might experience a change of character in this area this week. You might experience a change of character in this area this week. A serious change of character in this area. But we just have to keep looking at the market. Let's see what will happen. We might experience a change of character this week. Serious change of character. We might experience a change of character here this week. You might experience a change of character. We're not sure if price would agree with the status quo in this area. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Let's see. USD EUR. USD EUR. All these USD pairs, I usually don't trade them because they're not really volatile like that. Apart from USD CHF. Apart from USD CHF. I mean, that's all I have for today. It's time to sleep. I need to rest. Jesus Christ. That's my market analysis. That's my market analysis for this week. I just hope I won't make a loss. I hope I won't lose one again this week. It's kind of tiring actually to consistently lose. And the funny part is just that I find it very, very disturbing to hold. I find it very disturbing to hold. That's usually the issue, holding. I find it very, very disturbing to hold because some of these trades can take like weeks, months for you to completely play out. It's the psychology, it's the psychology behind holding. The psychology that is involved in holding a trade for a very long time is what I haven't really found my way around. And seriously, it's a problem. It's a very, very serious problem. But that's all for this week. Tomorrow I'll be on the market again to see what's going on, to see if I can pick a trade. Even though most of the time I think my psychology is telling me to avoid trading on Monday. My psychology is all the old things that I have been seeing, the signs and the back testing. I've showed that Monday is usually the worst day for me. I mean, the losses I make on Monday is usually extremely bad. They are usually extremely bad. Extremely bad. Any loss I make on Monday like this is very, very bad. It's usually detrimental to my mental health. As funny as it sounds, it's very, very detrimental to my mental health. So anyway, I want to avoid trading on the Mondays. It's it's psychologically draining. So we'll meet tomorrow by the grace of God.